On a quiet street in Manchester, England, where the scent of rain on cobblestone mixes with the comfort routine, no one suspected a thing. Neighbors waved. Dogs barked. Children rode their bikes until dusk. And in one of those red brick terrace houses lived Daniel Reece, a high school chemistry teacher, friendly, polite, always early for work. And then, one rainy Tuesday in November, 911 call audio, voice actress. "He's gone. My son, he's missing. Please, I think something's wrong." What makes a killer? Is it biology? Abuse? Or does the human mind simply fracture under just the right pressure? Interview clip. Daniel's neighbor, Mrs. Langford. "I used to chat with him every Friday. He loved my gingerbread cookies. Never thought, never imagined. Daniel Reece was, to everyone, normal. He helped his students after class. He fixed his mother's porch light. He volunteered once a month at the animal shelter. But underneath that polished surface was a silent, encroaching storm. His childhood friends described him as brilliant, but distant. He never got angry. He just watched, like he was studying people. But everything started to change in the fall of 2022. Daniel began missing classes. There were reports of odd smells coming from his garage. He stopped returning his mother's calls. Then came the turning point. On November 17th, 2022, Daniel's 14-year-old brother, Jamie, went missing. The last person seen with him? Daniel. What breaks a human being? Research from the National Center for Forensic Psychiatry reveals that over 74% of convicted serial offenders reported untreated childhood trauma. But trauma alone doesn't make a monster. Interview. Dr. Anika Shah, forensic psychologist. It's the convergence of factors: neglect, isolation, mental illness, and most dangerously, a lack of empathy combined with a need for control. Daniel was born in 1992 to a single mother and an absent father. He was a quiet child, but his journals, discovered later, painted a disturbing picture. "Sometimes I wonder if they see it, the thing inside me. I don't feel what they feel. Not really." He began experimenting, first with animals, then with chemicals. He dissected insects and kept detailed notes. Teachers praised his intellect, but one counselor, Ms. Turner, flagged emotional flatness and obsessive tendencies. Nobody followed up. Interview. Daniel's mother. "I thought he was just gifted, just different. He didn't cry at his grandmother's funeral. He didn't hug me, ever, but I thought maybe that's just how boys are sometimes." By 2020, Daniel had isolated himself. His only regular connection, his younger brother Jamie, who adored him. That bond turned fatal. During a police search of Daniel's garage, investigators found a disassembled hard drive, chemical storage equipment, a meticulously labeled folder, Experiment 22. Inside, photos, journals, video logs. Daniel had been recording himself for years, speaking into the camera, breaking down human behavior like a scientist dissecting a frog. In one clip, he says, "Jamie is the control. If I can manipulate his fear, I'll understand mine." Dr. Shah. This wasn't about sadism. It was about control. Daniel lacked internal emotional regulation, so he externalized his need for power by deconstructing the one person he felt safe around. It's not always a scream in the night. Sometimes it's a whisper in a journal. Jamie's body was never found. Only a single item confirmed his death: a blood-stained notebook hidden beneath Daniel's floorboards. On the cover, "Do not open unless you want to see." Inside, sketches, formulas, timelines. One entry reads, "Jamie responded to stress like I thought he would. He trusts too much. It was too easy." Daniel never confessed outright. But in interrogation footage, when asked why Jamie, he replied, "Because he loved me, and I needed to know what that meant." Police recovered a USB hidden in a hollowed-out dictionary. On it, dozens of hours of voice memos, one of which ended with, "Maybe I'm not a monster. Maybe I was just built wrong. Would you kill a machine that malfunctions? Or would you try to fix it? Could this happen in your town, your school, your home?" Statistically, 1 in 100 people exhibit signs of psychopathy, but only a small percentage ever become violent. The line between loner and predator isn't always clear. We ask ourselves, was Daniel Reece evil, or was he broken? Cry for help in a language nobody understood? In the end, the mind of a monster may just be the mind of someone who never learned how to be human.